right. Hello, everybody. It's Dr. Hank, and we're going to have just a fabulous time here on Mastermind Magnets. And this is where we all come together, real estate professionals, and every Tuesday at 11 o'clock Central to discuss the different opportunities, the strategies, where are we going, how do we get ahead of the game, if you will. And this is a place to do it. And how to build your business and how to build your wealth. This is the place to do it. And then if you want more specifics on that, we have another one every week. We have Tuesday, the Mastermind. Thursday, we have the GPS to your real estate success, and that's the 5 steps to build your business and wealth. And it gets into more specifics about our lead program and everything. And we will be doing, if you know any new agents, that we will also be having on Wednesdays a special new agent program. And so that's coming up in the future. But welcome everybody. It's so good to see your smiling faces, and we got such good stuff coming on. So let's start out. We'll start out with a real broad picture of where's the world, and then we'll kind of go down right into real estate and right into your business and how today we can help you literally improve your business. And you'll see how that happens. We have a real special surprise today. And so let's start with the economy. And first of all, we're out of the recession already. And so there's been, talk about, the GDP went down 30%. That's annualized, really only went down 10%, but we're already doing increasing. In fact, we added another 1.8 million jobs. And why is our jobs a value of interest to us? Because job means real estate. And so I really would suggest that you write down some of these things that are an aha. And the reason why is that the consumer, your prospects, your clients, they will pick you based on one of the top reasons is on your knowledge. In fact, it's the number one reason, your knowledge and the way you can connect with people. Well, what a great way to connect to your list, your prospects, whatever, on showing them your knowledge. And here on Mastermind Magnets, you're going to get that knowledge and just cutting edge, hot off the press information that you don't see in the mainstream, if you will. You see it because I'm sharing information that's pertinent to us and the real perspective on it. So there's no, liberal, conservative, whatever. It's real estate, baby. And so you're hearing the truth, if you will. But we added 1.8 million jobs last month, and that's July. 4.8 million in June. So it's going right now. Unemployment is at 10%, 10.2%, and that moved from 11.11. So we keep on going down. We're not going to see a 4% unemployment rate until probably in 2023. We'll get there. But the good news is that we are adding jobs, and it's getting better and better. Fortunately, real estate is leading the economy's recovery. And so real estate is also at the top assets class again. And so what that means is there are literally trillions of dollars that are sitting on the sidelines, and they're looking now, these big people with organizations, funding companies that with lots of money, they've gotten out of and not looking as much especially because of the election. And you'll see, by the way, after the election, a lot of all this stuff will go away. COVID will go away, wearing masks, all this stuff. But right now, it's some political stuff that is going on. But what that tells us is investors. So I want you to be thinking about your strategy. And since there's a lot of money going into real estate, and so in fact, one of our mastermind people is Rebecca, and Rebecca with Results, and you can find her anywhere. And we did a special show last week with her. And she's a real special lady. And so she can actually help you to get into investing, show you how to do that. She's looking for agents that want to do that. And remember, this is applicable anywhere in the United States, all these opportunities. So it doesn't matter where you are. We have people in Virginia, Florida, California, all over the United States with us. And so, but real estate is a top asset. And so that money is coming in, and they need experts to know where to invest, and we're the experts. And so we're able to do that. And another interesting stat, 24% of the workforce now works from home, and that's a 31% increase. A quarter of America works from home. And so, and that's going to kind of stay there. It'll go down a little, as we open up, but more and more people are looking at virtual, and they're also looking at legal ramifications. And so employees are suing employers, and over what? COVID, because they got COVID and they're suing them. There's 450 lawsuits going on in the U.S. right now, just kind of like instantly. So the attorneys love all the business. If you're in Texas, about 45 are there. And fortunately, we actually have an expert, Jan, and so she's part of us there. And maybe say hi, Jan. That Jan is an expert on the rights, on how to protect the identity of your customers. And so you may want to connect with her. And remember, you can always just get with me, and I can give you, her contact information or whatever. We may even have her on my national podcast, Agent Wealth Success. So that's the economy. And basically, it's just all good news, that it is good news. Now, COVID-19, we need to go to that, because that is a world that's impacting, and we all need to understand that many people are afraid right now. It is almost an alarming rate of the fear. In fact, 33% of the US is experiencing stress, anxiety, and greater sadness. And that really puts a tear to my eye, just hearing that. Greater sadness, it's just no fun. And we're just the opposite of that. You don't have to be that way at all. There's nothing in the outside world. This is an inside job, and it's your mindset. We're going to talk more about how to build your business, real estate business, based on your mindset with our special guest today. But that really is, so to give you a perspective. So again, the U.S. is 33% of the U.S. are experiencing stress, anxiety, greater sadness. The next country closest to us is the United Kingdom, and they're only 26%. So this is something that, first of all, safety is a concern. So you need to be considerate. We all need to be considerate to whether or not you buy into COVID or whatever, it's a flu or whatever, it doesn't matter. You need to be considerate. We all need to be considerate that safety is a concern, and so that needs to be a priority when we're talking to our clients. You bring that up, and you say, hey, is safety a concern to you? Because we have different ways to do. We can virtually show houses. We can have virtually open houses. There's all kinds of things that we can do. We can do those open houses and actually get more business. And that's the beauty of this, that every time there's a change in the world, there's an opportunity. And here at Mastermind Magnets, we grab that opportunity. And so it's just fun. And then for all of us to realize, as far as COVID-19 is concerned, according to the CDC and their data and their facts, that the odds of any of us dying are about the same odds as us going to work or going to school, driving to work, driving to school. So don't be, be listening to all this stuff and you get into fear. Fear is going to false evidence appearing real, and it's going to take you away from the business. There's all kinds of opportunities, and if you just think about health, you'll be fine. And so we have a lot to do. And again, if you have any of these concerns, or if you are feeling fear, talk to me. I have ways for you to recognize that with God, all things are possible, to include your good health. Okay. Protests and reform. That's another big thing going. Black Lives Matter, you're seeing it all over the place, and, different opinions about all of that stuff. And so we're right in the middle of getting answers and solutions. See, what we do, we always have the mindset, and maybe I'd write this down, that I have the mindset of always answers and solutions. Or an easy way of looking at it is, I look for answers and solutions. And when you are looking for answers and solutions, see, when you look at the problem, all you do is get more problem. And we've seen that with COVID, we've seen that with the protests, and so we're going to that you just recognize you're the creator of your own experience. And again, I'm a mental scientist, and so I know this stuff, and I know how to help you. In fact, I'll tell you, since COVID-19, I've had a lot of people ask me to come back to personal one-on-one coaching. And I haven't done that for several years. I kind of do it all the time, if you will, but it's a phone call here, a text there, and giving my magical senses or helping out with a problem, a challenge that people have, and getting answers and solutions. But I'm going to actually open up my my mindset training and my real estate training to increase your business and growth. So if you are interested in that, I'm going to start September 1st. Contact me with more, but basically we're going to meet every hour, every week for 1 hour. And that's quite a bit compared to most, a lot of coaches are like half hour every other week or whatever. I just don't think it does justice. And so this is real personal one-on-one. It's about you, your opportunity, what you want. So I text just a couple of people yesterday, and I'm gonna, normally the investment is $2,500 per month, that I'm gonna do it for $497 per month and for 6 months. And so if you're interested in that, contact me. But I'm only going to offer that price to 5 people. And so just know, and again, I'm not selling anything. I'm offering that I don't need to do that or anything, but I've had a real request because of the COVID, and people want to either take advantage of all this or get out of the kind of the valley that they're in and get back on that mountaintop with no top on it. So there we go. Now let's look at real estate and understand where we are. June sales of new homes have soared 13.8% in June. Now, thinking about strategy, what does that tell you? It tells you new home builders are on the go. And this has been the fastest pace in years that new home builders have been. Well, we have a new home builder leads program that basically you'll be able to go into any home builder and be able to provide that and your services, and they'll pick you. That we haven't had anybody yet where the builder doesn't say, wow, you're amazing, you're going to do all these different things. And so we have created this amazing thing, and that actually is free within my coaching, and that's brand new and everything, but I'm going to actually implement it. So I'll help you to get into new home sales if that's one of your strategies. Again, we have some amazing ones, and with first responders and with my referral program. So you're going to get a lot of that. And if you need accountability, I'll give you that as well. The average sales price for new homes. So now this is another one where you start saying, oh, so the average sales price for new homes is $384,000. What does that tell you? Do you want to increase your average sale? Here's a real quick way to do it. The average home in America is a little over 300,000. This is 384,000. So 3% of 84,000, I don't know, you do the math, but it's $2,400 or something. So right there, just made you $2,400. So you just want to focus your time on what we call high payoff activities. So think about, hey, what high payoff activities do I want to continue to do, $200,000 homes or whatever, or what I like to do, or the average home, 300,000, or what I like to do in the same time. And in fact, with new home builders, it's way easier. They'll literally just give you all these leads. And so with the average sale price of the new home, $384,000. Now, according to the National Association of Home Builders, and again, you may say, hey, none of this stuff is really on my radar, and who cares? I'll tell you who cares is your customers care, that they want to know that you're knowledgeable. You have that bigger picture, if you will. So anyways, NAHAB, NAHB, in July said their housing market index, so it's a housing market index, which soared on a scale where any number above 50 indicates more builders view conditions as good rather than poor. So the builders, it jumped 14 points to 72. So again, the main thing there is on these home builders that they're looking at, hey, it's bright, which means they're going to invest more money. And so you're going to see new home builders, boom, boom, boom. One of the reasons why, hey, there's a shortage of homes. And so where do you get homes? That's where you're going to get homes. And then some other strategies to be thinking about. America is moving from dense, expensive cities to single family homes in affordable suburbs and smaller towns. And so that would be, we have a lot of us are throughout the United States are looking at referrals around the United States. Well, wouldn't you love to have somebody, if you're in the middle of downtown of any big city, that they're moving out? Condo prices are going down. Condos right now in again, these dense populated cities, they're going down. I mean, in New York, I think they went down like 34%. And so, wow, wouldn't you like to have somebody that's in a smaller town? In Texas, I'm in Dallas, and there's Lake Granbury. I mean, I have agents out there. So if you want to, refer people, because people are looking to move outside of downtown. And one of the reasons why, because they can work remotely, because they're working from home, which gives you another strategy. People are looking for more space, and they can pay for more because the interest rates are low. So condo prices are down altogether 1.4%, while single family homes are up 2.6%. So how do you use that information? Is especially with, hey, somebody is, well, I don't know if I want to sell my house right now because of COVID or not. You say, oh no, you want to sell your house. That home prices are up 2.6%. It's a seller's market. The interest rate is lower, which means you have more buyers to buy your home because they have more money, if you will, to be able to buy homes. So some amazing, I mean, just in that information there, you can build a whole business. Just pick whatever one that you really like, and you can build a whole business there. Of course, and again, it should be no news to anybody, but lowest mortgage rates in history. Money's cheap, so it's time to sell and buy. It's time to, tell your seller, hey, you got more people in the market. And for buyers, it's a time for them to get more house, and people are looking for more space. Why? They need Zoom rooms, and so they're working at home. We just shared, so you can see on how all this information helps getting our wheels going and thinking, wow, there's a lot of opportunity, and I know where to go. So if you're going for foreclosure houses, it's a waste of time. Okay, there's some foreclosure homes, but it's not booming. Foreclosure homes, and we talked about that last week, that foreclosure homes that basically they're not even close to '08, and because of forbearance, and that just got extended now to where people, they can stay in their house, you can't throw them out. And so it's not a place to go. So what this does is all this information helps you to understand where to go and also where not to go. And so it's kind of like, hey, do I want to go to hell where there's no business, or do I want to go to heaven? Okay, and so I want to go to heaven and have all of this. Now, another interesting perspective is, how well do you know your neighborhood? So now I want to we're whittling down here in the bigger picture and the knowledge, and you look like the best, hottest, smartest real estate agent in the world. And then we get down to, because people are most interested in their neighborhood. So I live in the Preston Hollow and Park Cities, and our median price increased 1.1 million from 1 million. So it went up $100,000, okay, about 10%, 8%, whatever on that. And with sales, 8% higher, and price per square foot went from 300, went up to $316 per square foot from $268. Now again, I don't want you to write down that specific information. The point is, do you know your neighborhood? Do you know what the sales are? Do you know how much per square foot? And in fact, I have some resources that can provide that. So if you want to know one, there's a gentleman that actually sells this information to agents, and he's got every place in America. And but just know, again, you want to have this knowledge. You want to be the hip, up to speed way of doing it. And consumers, by the way, another trend is that they're paying for more space and more outdoor features. So what they're looking for is more space, and especially more rooms. It used to be, hey, we want this big open area. Now, no, we want to cut it off and have Zoom rooms and whatever, and put the kids in this room and whatever. But also this idea about outdoor features. So what does that tell you? When you're showing a buyer, you want to pay special attention to the space, but also to the backyard. What outside features do they have, or what parks do they have near them, et cetera. And why? Because it's important to the consumer. So now you're able to read the consumer's mind, if you will, with this knowledge without ever even meeting the consumer. And so that takes us down to real estate, different opportunities. And then just the last thing that I wanted to share with you is we're going to have new agent training, and we're going to have a series. So again, if you're a new agent and you would like to watch this, that Teresa, and I see Teresa Price right there. Hello, Teresa. And that we're going to start, we'll start recording it. You can maybe be on it live. We haven't really looked at that, but just know that on Wednesday, August 19th, because we can get you all the leads you want, and and all the referrals you want. That's no big deal, and our agents are doing millions of that, more business than they've ever done during this period. And so we can get you business, but on a new agent, they get business and say, what the hell do I do now? What do I say? And so we're going to really get into the specifics of that for what do you have to say. And Teresa Price, she's been in the business for 19 years, a big mega agent, one of the top agents in America. So it's going to be fun. So with that, any thoughts, any comments of all those goodies I just shared with you before we move on?
I just say one point about the foreclosures, and one extra added point is that one of the reasons we're not going to see foreclosures as well is because people cannot pull out more than 80% equity within their homes. It was a law that was put into place after the last recession. So everyone right now has at least 20% equity in their home. So who's going to get foreclosed on right now, even if they're not making their payments? And like you said, with the forbearance, it doesn't matter because people are getting some relief help with that. But that 20% equity is a really important point and component to just remind people, because you got to remember, like in 2008, 2009, when that recession happened, a lot of people put their heads in the sand and they just freaked out. Yeah. And if people would have been guiding them and helping them and giving them information, it may have helped them to, move out of that, have courage. That's the thing, is we need to have courage. We need to have hope. We need to have faith. And the more of that we have, the better our life moves forward into a better space. So just a couple of points.
Absolutely, and great points, Ryan. Thank you. And another word that I have really seen pop up here, in fact, why I'm starting my coaching back to help agents, is the word confidence. A lot of people have kind of lost confidence in all kinds of things, in America, and confidence of the sanity of America, that confidence, in themselves, that they feel fear. Kind of the opposite of confidence is fear. And so this whole idea for us to stand tall and we're all together, and it's like give you hugs and kisses and virtual hugs and virtual kisses. We all hold hands now. We're all holding hands and loving each other. And so, by us being together, that, hey, we can pull together. And if you are experiencing fear, or, you don't feel very confident, you come to me, to one of us, to whoever you resonated, whatever. And so, we're really friends here and to support each other. But great point, Brian, and thank you for that historical perspective. And it wasn't like it was before. And in fact, nothing is. And the world, and that puts the eternity into the world and into all of us, is things continue to change, and change simply is opportunities. And we're growing our thoughts beyond where it's been, our feelings beyond where it's been. And because of that, that God, if you will, is happy, and that we remain eternal. So we really never, none of us die. And why, if you really want to get down to the worst thing that could happen, the COVID or whatever, is I die. Who cares, that I have eternal life and I just go into the non-physical and then, come back or whatever, that's it's all okay. And in fact, it's all great. Everything is fantastic. So speaking of top agents, and so one of our top agents in America is Ryan Shea. And I asked Ryan if, because he, his business is booming. He just had a closing. He's got more business. He's just got lots of heart and love. And so I asked him, would you come on today and share with us? And originally I had asked him to share, like, what specific steps is he doing to increase his business? And like, for example, he uses this is his poster that he puts up with his clients. It just says love on it. Doesn't have his name or anything else. And he's got a lot of business from it. Why? Because he's not selling anything. Okay, people aren't in the mode right now to be sold. That they need help, and so he puts on, and people say, "Well, where'd you get that?" Next thing they bring up Ryan, and Ryan has all kinds of strategy. He has a book. He wrote a book, and if you want to write a book, I'm now actually we're writing our 15th book right now. And so we'll surprise you with all that at some point here in the near future. But I've written 14 books, and so I know how to do it, and I know how to do it for, I don't know, probably cost you a couple $100. So I thought maybe Ryan would talk about his book, Condo Living in America. But he called me this morning and he said, "You know what? I can give all of us all of that great stuff, but if you don't have one thing, that it doesn't matter what I give you." And so Brian shared with us, what is that one thing that we all need?
We need mindset that is on this positive upswing, and just like that hope and faith and confidence and courage, that we have the power within ourselves to do that. And it's one of the things I know Teresa and I, when we would talk about you, Dr. Hank, and really for me as well, the main reason that I wanted to get on board with you was because of the mindset training, because I knew that mindset training is the #1 key to success in this business, and really anything that you want to do in life. It comes down to our mindset. If our mindset is off into trying to figure out COVID and politics and stuff, good freaking luck, man. It's going to be a miserable, that's going to suck, right? I mean, it's just not fun. And what I believe in this mindset, what needs to happen is this energy transfer. And something that you talk a lot about is that our emotions are our guidance system. So what does that mean? And then if I do have some of these negative feelings or negative ideas, like, what does that mean? And basically what that means is we're just off target. And what I have to do is get back on target. And so what I'm going to do is go through these desire statements and setting up these desire statements to help us move in that direction. Because a lot of times we hear and we see a lot of information and social media and signs, and there's just stuff around us 24/7. Just go drive down 75 to downtown Dallas. There's signs everywhere, there's stuff posting, and it's all to have our attention. But where I want where our attention goes, it also grows in that direction. Our energy just magnifies who and what we are. So if I'm upset, I'm angry, I'm whatever, I'm going to attract and mirror that in my life. If I'm happy, joyous, and free, I'm going to attract that into my life. And that's what I want to do. And so I'm going to go through these
And
desires.
Brian, if I can, just so I would suggest you guys write a couple of things down. First of all, that these are desires and statements. And so you maybe want to write down desire statement. And so, people in the past have used like goals or whatever. And to Ryan and I, it's just too tough of a word. It's a hard word. We want to have fun. We want to lighten up. We want to enjoy. And it's our desires. And so that's number one. The other thing that Ryan just had spoke an amazing point, and he said, it just means you're off target. And it reminded me when I was in seminary school that they talked about when Christ would say sin, and they said the definition of sin is you are just off target. So it actually was an archery term. And when I didn't hit the bullseye, I committed a sin. Okay. Now, in the years since then, we've kind of wrapped it into a whole bunch of other stuff that kind of went a little bit. But if you just think of even the word sin, it's just no big deal that I'm just off target. I'm thinking about what I don't want. I probably feel bad because I'm thinking about what I don't want. And so thus, I just turn the other cheek. And I start thinking about what I do want, and then I'm no longer am I a sinner. So it's a little bit different way to look at that, but just beautiful description there, Ryan. So give us the good stuff, baby.
Yeah, one other thing you'll relate to this, Dr. Hank, is I like the target thing, and there's a saying within the U.S. Army that you find the target, you fire at the target, and whatever you hit, you call that the target. I love that. I think it's great. Like just, we got to laugh and have fun, not take ourselves too seriously, and just we set up these desire statements. Just go down a path.
Yeah.
Let it flow and stop fighting it, and just roll with it. And I don't know. That whole thing, like I just said, like stop fighting it is not really. So let me get into the desire goal statements. The first thing we want to do, and I'm going to go through, there's 5 of these. Okay. We want our desire statements to be in first person, present tense, positively stated, short, and emotionally meaningful. Let me go through them one more time if you want to write these down. So our desire statements are first person, present tense, positively stated, short, and emotionally meaningful.
Yeah, that emotionally meaningful, that's the name of the game, folks. So that's,
yes. So the first person, pretty simple. I love myself. There's one right there. It's easy and fun for me to be happy. So it puts everything in our court because everything starts with us and then moves out from there.
Yeah.
So we want to make it present tense. A lot of times what we do is we set goals and let's use goals because this is actually how goals have been done in the past. We say stuff like, I'm going to, in the 3rd quarter, in the 4th quarter, I'm going to do this. Yeah. Well, here's the thing about this with the importance of the present tense is the subconscious mind understands nothing other than this current moment. It doesn't understand a 4th quarter or a 2021 or a 2023. All it understands is like, what am I going to do right now? What am I doing in this moment? So it's like one of the presents in, I was writing this down. It's easy and fun for me to create new business. It's easy and fun for me to create new business. In this moment, I'm creating new business. What's something that I can do? Something I did this morning. I picked up the phone and I called 9 people this morning. Didn't ask them for referrals, nothing like that. I just picked up the phone. Hey, how you doing? Left them a message, just checking in on you, seeing how you are. Hope you're doing well. Got a hold of a couple people, just talked to them a little bit. Everyone right now, everyone, any one of your clients that you call, they want to know what's going on in the market. They say, hey, what's going on in real estate? Well, Dr. Hank just gave us an outline. We could take, you don't have to go through all of those, but we could talk about interest rates and how interest rates are at an all-time low. We can talk about how the market is stable right now because there were laws put in place to maintain equity in people's homes or whatever it is, so that so that was one of my present tense example.
Yeah.
It's always positively stated. Sometimes we get in the habit, and this is something the media, signs, all of this stuff, you'll see it around. You'll see stuff like fear not, or I have nothing to fear, or I don't have any fear, or don't fear, like stuff like that. Like that's a negative goal statement, and it doesn't shift us into where we want to go. So a goal statement is I have courage. I am confident. It's easy and fun for me to be happy. Just simple, light, and easy. The other thing, keep it short. Subconscious doesn't get into long, windy, worded, blah, blah, blah. It's like you say the word go, it freaking goes. If we say courage, if we be happy, like whatever, like what, that's all it understands. It just like boom, and it goes with it. But so in a couple of examples of just, I am wonderful, I am awesome, I am confident, or a couple of just easy examples. And then the last point what Dr. Hank said is it has to be emotionally meaningful to you. It may not be emotionally meaningful for you to create new business right now. It may be emotionally meaningful for you to create a buyer. It might be emotionally meaningful for you to go on a walk with your dog right now, or just to get outside. So whatever that is, and it doesn't even, I don't even think it necessarily has to be something to do with real estate, but something to get you moving down. And if Dr. Hank, you want to talk about this, I always like you talking about going down the stream.
Right. And so it's a great point here, Brian, that you really don't. So let's say, you don't have very much business, or you want more business, but right now, you're just not tuned into business. And it might be, you feel better if you just talk about having more deeper, meaningful relationships. If you will just focus on one thing that makes you feel good, God, if you will, knows all the other stuff you want. And when you're feeling good, you are then open to receive, ask and you shall receive, to receive all the other stuff. So you don't have to necessarily bring up real estate, bring up more business, and if it isn't something like, I just want to have, like my wife Sharon loves money, okay? and she spends money too. And like she gets emotionally connected with money. Okay, and she just loves it and loves having lots of it. And she's usually on the right side of it. In other words, the abundant side of it. Okay, and whereas that doesn't connect with. I can't get real emotional about money. I have lots of money and everything, and it's fine. And one of the reasons why I have a lot of money, by the way, is because I'm not emotionally connected to it. That what I'm actually more, but you have to find it's okay to be emotionally connected to money, it's just fine. But for me, it's just love and connecting with other people and helping people become their greatest possibility. And so you really just, if we each today will just find one of those desire statements that really turn us on, and so it could be on, as far as subjects, and then we'll get back to you, Ryan, that, it could be subjects on, hey, I just love having better health, and if health is what turns you on, go there, and I promise you, you'll get out of the blue referrals and business, but you'll also get better health. Or it might be deeper, more meaningful and loving relationships. Every morning, I actually pray for all of you. This morning, I prayed for you, and I sent you my love and well-being, and then I sent you health, wealth, and success. And then I sent you, in fact, I send you more stuff than I send, like even my kids, is that I send you more business. and so, and wealth is in there, but I send you more business and more commissions, and so I just love that. And so that to me, just is what it's, those relationships and helping people become the greatest possibility. So you take a look, and typically those, or spirituality, that you want to be, hey, I want to walk in the flow of life today. I want to invite God with me today, okay? And so again, you pick what's most important for you, that subject, and I promise you, you'll actually get more business. So
Okay.
yeah.
So the last thing I was going to do here is tell me, because we were going to take a couple of minutes here to write down our goal statements. So using these 5 desires statement guidelines, make it in the first person, make it present tense, positively stated, short, emotionally meaningful. And I don't know, Dr. Hank, how you want to do this. We spend a couple of minutes, but I'd also like to hear what people come up with, because I think that's a part of like this mastermind magnets, is like feeding off each other. And something that came up to me that I've been really into lately is grounding, and the importance of getting out onto the earth and grounding myself. So I thought one of my goal statements, let me give you a couple of examples that you can use to get you started, to get you in the present tense. Start with I am ... whatever it is. Then the other one that's present tense, it's really good that I like, I have. It's already here. It's already present in my life, because everything that we do want is already present. Everything is already here waiting for us. We just have to open up the doors and allow it in. And then another one that I like, that where a lot of people don't feel like they are, but I can tell you that you are, we just have to tap into it. I deserve money in my life. I deserve love. I deserve peace, whatever it is. And then one of my favorites is, you've heard me say it a couple of times, it's easy and fun for me to ... whatever it is. So,
Sure. Let's do, and I love that. I'm writing notes on this, easy and fun. That so I'd ask everybody, and then let's talk about it. But and another guideline that I would that was implied here, but keep it general. Don't say like, I'm going to close 3 deals this month. That keep it more general, like I have more business now. And so, that, and I have, and it's fun and easy to build my business now if it's on business. But let's each one of us come up with a desire that you have. And then, I'd like for us to share it, as Ryan said there.
One other thing, Dr. Hank, I just thought of this, and maybe we can do this, is once we come up with our desire statement, because I think by keeping it general, if we take like a minute to meditate on that goal statement, like God will reveal to us maybe some of those details as we're just sitting there. It'll fill in the blanks for us and go, oh, well, what I really wanted. I don't know if we can do that, but
yeah. So idea. We will do that. So why don't we all just take a minute here and, just write down. And if you don't want to write down it or a specific sentence, and I would stay away from I am, by the way, and the I have or it's fun and easy. Those are two a little bit better. The reason why I am doesn't sometimes work is if you say like I am wealthy, your subconscious mind goes bullshit. And you gotta have your conscious mind and your subconscious mind to agree to manifest it here on earth, Matthew 17. When two of you are together will be manifested here on earth. And so the two is your conscious and your subconscious mind. So I'd stay away a little from the I am. And then but the main thing is, give a thought of what you really desire. So I'd like us all to give a thought, and then I'll just do a very short meditation to meditate on whatever yours is. You'll put that in, but what do you desire most? So I'll start. So mine is, and I started dancing and singing a little in my head already on this, that I love feeling so good. And then it comes to, I feel good, like I knew that I would. Oh, so good, so good. And so what is that? James Brown, I think, did that one. Uh, and because the more lighter you can be, so and let me just explain that when you are light and you're happy and you're fun and you're singing like we do, then and dancing, then what happens is you raise your point of attraction and you align yourself with God, your source, the universe, whatever words you're most comfortable with, and then the heavens open and you get what you want. And so as you raise your point of attraction, that'll give you better thoughts and will be thoughts, and you'll be a magnet to attract people and circumstances and events and these divine thoughts to give you everything you want. And that, like that whole sentence right there, that I just channeled, and that's straight from God right into your ears, your heart. And so anybody want to share what yours is?
Mine that I came up with this morning, I'll just share this real quickly, is my body heals itself naturally and quickly. My body heals itself naturally and quickly.
And it does, folks, that if you will just get out of the way, the only reason why we don't have everything we want is we're in the way with our own thoughts. And oh, we can't do that. Look at this. I don't like that and that. And that cuts us off from our source and from everything that we want. And so by Ryan saying that, and with that understanding that our body will naturally be healthy when we just let it go, when we're happy. When we're happy, we'll be healthy. That our body knows how to have health. You really don't need any doctors, any supplements or whatever, because your body knows, but because we have these thoughts that get in the way, that, it's a little bit faster track, if you will, if you do whatever, doctor or supplements or whatever. Anybody else? Thoughts?
I easily show empowerment, and I easily am empowered, and I show the light to others.
And show the light to others, yeah. So what I would do on this idea, Roderick, it's excellent, and it's almost two affirmations. They mean about the same thing, that empowerment, but probably because I know you, and that probably that I show the light, or I easily show the light. Just keep it nice and simple, and I easily show the light, because when you show the light, you are empowered, and then you will empower others. So we're all the light of the world. Christ said you can do these things and even more, and so we can all be the light of world. It's just we were brought up that we're whatever, sinners, we can't do that, or we're imperfect, or blah, 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 that we're made in the image and likeness of God, and everything is playing out just perfectly. And we are all perfect, even though you say, oh, but I did this wrong thing. Well, that wrong thing just is what you don't want, what you aren't, and to what you are. Teresa, were you going to say something? I'm sorry. We heard you talking. I thought you wanted to say something.
No, I'm so sorry.
That's great. So hopefully everybody has a desire on something that they desire. And so what I'd like you to do, we're just going to do a couple minutes here, but we want to send the signal out to God, if you will, that we're vibrational beings and that we want to be in this easy state to be able to send that signal, our prayer, if you will, to God. And God will then take it, receive it, and then answer to us instantly. And so with that I would like you to, it's easier to kind of go within. And so close your eyes. I'd like you to breathe in 6 times very deeply. So follow me. And breathe out and just say to yourself, relax. And now just relax, be at ease. Your breath is the fastest way to connect you with God. And you are now connected. And now I want you to send your signal. Think about what your desire is, a desire you thought about. And now send it out to God. Place it on God's lap, that desire, and ask for it to be done. I ask now that my desire be done unto me as I have now asked. Because I know when I ask that I do receive, and I am out of the way, I have gone to my higher self. I've tapped into the kingdom within me, the subconscious mind. And my desire is now mine. And for this, I give thanks that my desire is here now with me, that the people and the thoughts and the circumstances and the events come to be easily and quickly, so enjoyable. I just love that my desire is with me now, and I allow it into my experience. And this is now done. Amen. And breathe deeply. And I welcome you back into the room. You can open up your eyes. And sometimes we do long meditations. Really, when you open it up, you go, woo, but hopefully you all got a little touch and invited God with you here. So beautiful. Any thoughts? Any closing thoughts on your part, Ryan?
It was good. Thanks for listening and allowing me to share. If anyone has any questions or anything, comments.
Yeah. Any thoughts, comments?
This was amazing. Very, thank you very much for inviting me.
Yeah, well, thanks for being on, Jan. It's a little bit different than any other real estate class, if you will, that you've ever been to.
Yes, wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah, this is really more than we're real estate. This is about life, and for us to be able to love it, have fun, to serve others, and then specifically to be able to provide the American dream for so many. And we're the makers of the American dream for ourselves and others, not just with, the purchase of a home. Any other thoughts and comments before we leave with the big song? A little singing.
Just wanted to thank Ryan for sharing.
You're welcome.
Ryan, thanks. I made as many notes as I could as you were going through it.
That's great, Rob. Fantastic. Paula, were you saying something? No? Was somebody else going to say something?
Yes, I just wanted, the same thing, to thank you guys. This leaves me in a great way to finish off the rest of the week. So exciting. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's great, Rebecca. Well, I appreciate your love and your leadership. And that's our queen of investors. And again, if you need to contact her, just let me know of her information. And so now you know what we do at the end. We like to laugh and have more fun.
We like to
laugh and have more fun as we increase our income.
As we increase our income,
We expect to have it now.
we expect to have it now.
For we understand how.
Before we understand how.
I accept prosperity.
I accept prosperity.
And money finds me easily.
Money finds me easily.
Prosperity is my divine right.
Prosperity is my divine right.
And the universe is my guiding light.
In the
universe is my guiding light.
Boom. Ladies and gentlemen, divine beings of all that is, that this was fabulous. I love you all. And I thank you so much. We will stay on after the recording if you have any other comments or you want to do it, but I'll turn off the recording here in a second. And to all of you out there, thanks so much for watching. Come on Tuesdays at 11 o'clock Central. We have our GPS to real estate success, where we give all specific details. It's a little bit more specific on strategies for you to build your business and your wealth. That's Thursday at 11. Just ask me where it is and how to get there, and we'll have another Zoom link for you sent to you. And with that, love you all the best, and know that everything that you have asked for is now coming your way. Love you.
All right.
Awesome. Have a great day, everybody.